Africa was once ruled by the bears. Yes, that giant bear with big paws and a fat body ruled the driest continent, Africa, once upon a time. I know this might sound too strange, but it's the truth. Today, bears are almost present on every continent, but not a single species can be found in Africa, alongside Antarctica. How did it happen? Where did their existence vanish? That's where the story takes a twist. Africa is spread across 30.37 kilometers square of land and home to literally millions of wild animals such as hyenas, lions, leopards, and whatnot. It has the biggest forest area in the world, the Amazon forest, but despite this fact, where the bears are. However, let's travel a little back. The largest continent, Africa, wasn't always like that. It has many species of bears hailing from its driest forest corners, and the very well-known one was the Agriotherium bear. It was a big fat bear weighing almost 900 kilograms that had lived nearly 2.5 million years ago across Africa and North America. The story doesn't end here though. Just like the Agriotherium bear, there was also another giant bear buddy named Arctotherium. These two had shared many common features, be it the geographical landscape or their diet plans. They were pretty similar wild species. The main twist is this Arctotherium belongs to the family Ursidae, but they have a subfamily as well. That's the Aleuropodini, and one member of this family is still alive. Guess who it could be? Yo! See these guys play the playful clips of pandas' black and white ones. These cute buddies belong to the Arctotherium, indirectly, but yeah. Though their biological differences are obvious, they are interconnected. Agriotheriums and Arctotheriums surprisingly had a worldwide presence, but the giant bear is present in China and is almost about to be extinct. The bear theory is a little weird, but it is really mysterious as well. Moving forward, let's dig into some more details. The Agriotherium were legit very big. Sometimes they were so tall than a normal human being, making them appear so horribly wild and giant. These bears could stand over 3 meters, or about 10 feet tall when on their hind legs. But you know what was the most dreadful part? These Agriotherium are known to have the most powerful bites among any bear, past or present. Their biting force can easily exceed 2,000 newtons. Threatening, right? They used to attack the bones directly to consume nutrients. That was their top technique to prey. Their canines are sharp-pointed, large and conical, designed for grasping and holding prey to deliver powerful bites that are capable of breaking bones. Their premolars and molars are very well defined and largely suited for grinding plant material, suggesting these bears also had omnivorous diet plans. But despite all this evidence, the African crew doesn't believe that there were once these bears in Africa. They, for some reason, are justified, since Africa has no single bear today. However, some people have a 50-50 mindset. They said if these bears once existed, they weren't hunters at least. These bears were scavengers. Their intimidating size was only to threaten the prey, not to catch them, except if the prey was too small in size. But on the contrary, most paleontologists say Agriotheriums were both scavengers and true predators. These paleontologists are too much in awe of the Agriotherium's giant body and powerful biting force, and believe they were skilled enough to take down any big animal, be it an elephant or whatever. The theory is contrasting, we acknowledge. But does this conflict ignore the fact that these Agriotheriums were the only bears that colonized sub-Saharan Africa? Hell no. Its remains can still be found in Ethiopia and all the way down to South Africa. When these wild bears existed, they used to live in dense forests, riversides, grasslands, or in particular where potential prey could be found like insects, hyenas, monkeys, crocodiles, leopards, horses, giraffes, birds, and so many more. But the mystery is still not solved yet. How did they disappear? Where did they go? Africa is a land of biodiversity. It has way too millions and billions of animal species, but sadly, no Agriotherium can be found in its biodiverse lands. The Agriotherium are now extinct after ruling for almost 10 to 12 million years, spanning from the late Miocene to the early Pleistocene period. Paleontologists have found many fossil fuels suggesting their existence from various archaeological sites such as Laetoli in Tanzania and the Olduvai Gorge. The bear story has many more contradictions, but keeping this aside, this one fact is really interesting. Despite their aged existence, the Agriotherium were not rare. Their fossils are scattered and not abundant, suggesting that they used to be found in various parts of Africa and weren't rare. Their geographical distributions hint even more. These bears were perfectly adaptable to all kinds of environments. They didn't have a particular habitat to grow and hunt. However, this doesn't hide the story of how these Agriotherium disappeared. There might be several factors, but the most arguable fact is climate change. Africa used to be a warmer country with a balanced climate system, but after the reign of the Pliocene to the Pleistocene epochs, there was a significant temperature drop in the continent. Gradually, the country of Africa experienced a comparatively chill climatic zone, which according to the paleontologists became the reason for the extinction of bears. The possible ecosystem that Agriotheriums were dependent upon faced a change that indirectly led to a reduction in food resources and altered landscapes that were not suitable very much. Also, during the period of the Pleistocene, more predators came onto the scene, such as large cats, lions, saber-toothed lions, canids like wolves emerged that used to compete for food from the Agriotherium. This might be another reason why these bears went extinct, and intra-guild competition with large scavengers like hyenas also affected their eating resources. Some parts of history even say that during the time of Agriotherium, there were human ancestors like Homo erectus that are known to hunt them or compete with these bears as they had similar food consumptions. The remaining population of Agrios might also have faced fertilization problems, since a bad climate and near to no food resources must have made them suffer from inbreeding. And this is where the Agriotherium's reign marked to the end. Ended a million-year ruling supreme due to unsuitable climate, less food resources, more predator competition, and whatnot. But wait, the bear story has got a new plot twist. After the reign of Agriotherium, Atlas bears came onto the scene to conquer the continent of Africa. Nothing special. This species is a subspecies of the brown bear, which is widely distributed across the northern hemisphere and somehow ended up in Africa, such as in Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, etc. Despite these regions, Atlas bears were found in the Atlas Mountains, which are a bit cooler. If we go back to history, these bears likely originated in Eurasia, and over time they spread across Europe, Asia, and North America, adapting to various environments. However, during the Pleistocene epoch, brown bears expanded their range significantly due to favorable climatic conditions and came to Africa as the noticeable temperature drop after Agriotheriums were very fine to them. The climate later fluctuated even more, causing shifts in vegetation zones and habitats that let these bears migrate southward into regions that were otherwise too warm or arid. When these bears finally reached the North Africa part, they got scattered across the Atlas Mountains, and according to their specific climatic zone, they adapted to specific conditions. These adaptations included changes in size, coat color, and dietary habits to suit the local environment. The Atlas bears are also known to have met the Romans. The Romans were widely fascinated with exotic animals, which they used for entertainment in their arenas. These events, known as venation, involved the hunting and killing of wild animals by gladiators, and were a popular form of public spectacle. They used to hunt Atlas bears, as these bears were native to North Africa, and brought them to Roman cities for circus and threatening events. This was very pathetic, though. These animals were often pitted against each other or human gladiators, showcasing the might and control of Rome over nature and its empire. The Atlas bear extinction marked the end of the downfall of bears in the continent of Africa. These bears could have lived more, but way too many human interactions and absolutely commendable dreadful activities led them to death. The bears were often considered pests by farmers and were targeted as threats to agriculture and human settlements. Also, as the population grew and agriculture developed, North Africa faced severe deforestation that finished the habitat for Atlas bears. The worst part? The threatening hunting rounds of Romans not only affected the Atlas bear directly, but also impacted the natural prey species, such as deer and wild boar, as it was their food resource. Thus now, there are no species of bears that can be found in Africa. The overhunting, climate loss, and deforestation limited the natural dispersal of bear species into the region. So, with that, it's the end of bear reign in Africa. If the situation becomes the same in another part of the world where the bears are alive now, they will also become extinct soon. Share, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Good day.